All right, we got RIGONDEAUX fight for the title tonight in the blue room. Okay, bantamweight 118. RIGONDEAUX being 40 years old, a defensive master. Okay, he's going to try to prove that he's still the best by trying to beat a young current champion, one of the best bantamweights in the game, from the Philippines, by the way. Casimero, sorry. John Casimero versus RIGONDEAUX. They're making their way to the ring right now. A good night of boxing. It's about to take place. Hold on, is my thing charging? Okay, so I hope it don't shut off because I have this thing charging. All right. Boxing night. Oh man. RIGONDEAUX been out the game since age 40. But hold on, I gotta get my cards, everything ready, man. John Casimero, he's 32 years old. RIGONDEAUX is 40. So let's see if the old man can hang with the young buck. That's what this is. Hold on. You getting the slice of pizza? That's what you want? Right, getting this fight ready. Now they're about to get it on in a minute. They already made their way to the ring. So let me see. This fight is on Showtime, by the way. Sponsored by no one. I'm trying to. I should say I can't. If this was fully charged, then it probably would have worked. But I'm trying to get a good view. Why is this camera leaning towards this way? I don't get it.
Championship of the world. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance, and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Carson, California, it's showtime!
Showtime! Actually, this fight is on Showtime, by the way. I'm trying to get situated right here. Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the former two-division world champion and the former 122-pound champion of the world, introducing the Jackal, Guillermo
Rigondeaux's always been criticized for his career for being boring. But he said tonight he gonna give him them hands. That he gonna knock John out. So we gotta see. It's Cuba versus the Philippines tonight. See, Philippines is real strong with boxing, man. They love some good boxing over there, man. Hold on, I'm trying to get my. All right. John in the building. Now, hopefully, I could get this background because I'm trying to get it all blue. And if I get this background, I could get it fixed up. As you can see, I'm a little unprepared, man, because hold up, that's the wrong background. Whoa, why this can't be fixed? I had it. Casimero knocked out 6 guys in a row. Now he's trying to knock out Rigondeaux. Good luck. It's going to be more of a challenge. It's going to be more of a challenge to knock out Rigondeaux. And here we go. First round. Round number 1 kicks off. Oh, hold on. Let me trying to get that blue in there. Yeah, I know your Dodgers beat my Mets again. It's all good. We still the Mets, bro. John doing a little punches. Rigondeaux still moving slow in there. Rigondeaux's 40 years old. He's just trying to set the tone off a little bit. Little missed jabs here and there. Casimero, caught a little hit. I wonder what part of the Philippines Casimero is from. Yeah, he is old, bro. But he's trying to win the title. Bantamweight title. He could win properly, perhaps, tonight if he gets the job done. Rigondeaux just waiting for the right moment to try to strike. Hold on for a minute. Oh, Rigondeaux getting caught? Rigondeaux getting caught. Rigondeaux looking like a 40-year-old. That Filipino caught him with 2 good jabs. Look like age is catching up to Rigondeaux.
Was hit several times while out of that, which of course could have also created a point deduction or disqualification of CASIMERO. Rigondeaux complaining about being hit behind the head, which in fact he was. And we're going to look at it again, Abner. Yeah, that was a punch behind the head, but then the punches afterwards where he was down, that could have been the punch that hurt him. Because
Rigondeaux got back into a corner, but he got hit in the back of the head. Nevertheless, that could have hurt him. That young boy could probably be able to knock him out from that. Oh, this blueberry flavor. I thought this was different black water. This is black water with blueberry flavor. Round 2. Rigondeaux ain't doing no punches. Round 1 is going to go to John. Rigondeaux with a nice hit, though. Nice left by Rigondeaux. And Rigondeaux getting on his bike. He running around. He's a guy that don't take too much punishment. He does a lot of movement around the ring. So he does get on his bike and run. All right. This fight is on Showtime, by the way. Rigondeaux with a nice mid-body shot. Rigondeaux getting booed for running around the ring. Not doing that. Second round, people are already booing. He getting on his bike and run. A lot of people don't like that. Rigondeaux and Floyd Mayweather actually got boos in their fights because they run around too much. And Rigondeaux's starting to run. You can handle that?
40% of his landed punches are body shots. He needs to use that against the 40-year-old. We saw one big left hook down there. He has a powerful uppercut, and it could be a big weapon in this fight. His right hand is a devastating weapon, and he used it to KO the last lefty that he faced. Casimero defeated
Lots of movement for Rigondeaux. He's getting on that bike and run. Oh my God. Man, Rigondeaux just running all around the ring. What up, Oop? Yeah, but it's like blueberry, black blueberry, mixed with this black water. Wow, this fight is on Showtime, and Rigondeaux is getting booed out the whole arena. He running all around the ring, not even throwing a punch. Man, come on, man. Throw a punch, dog. Rigondeaux looks scared in the ring. John wants some action. All he got to do, he got to get on his bike. Just chase that man around and just punch him. Just run to him and punch him. That's what he get for running around the ring. This guy putting on the running fast. Rigondeaux is just literally running around the ring. Look how many boos he's getting in this fight. Hold on for a minute. Third round. Look at this. Third round. Rigondeaux barely throwing any punches. He's just standing there. If you're the Filipino, just rush him. Rush that dude, man. Come on, dog. See, John don't even respect that. He's trying to get some respect for just running around the ring doing nothing. You didn't do a single punch. You're just running around the ring. Of the 2021 Golden Gloves National Tournament of Champions in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He won the 152-pound division, and he was also named the outstanding fighter at the tournament. Congratulations, Giovanni Marquez and proud Papa Raul. And we look forward to seeing Giovanni Marquez in a Showtime Championship boxing ring sooner than later. Raul, a former world champion in his own right, proud of his son. Yeah, boxing's on Showtime. Fourth round. 2 minutes and some change to go in the fourth round. He's only thrown 69 punches in his part of the reason is just catching Rigondeaux. It's so tough on Rigondeaux himself. He's only thrown 61. And I think it's about being patient because wait for the right time. Man, Rigondeaux sucks. He's enough to make me go to sleep. Or are they doing this sizing each other up because Rigondeaux is making this fight boring? It's hard to do a boxing fight when the other guy don't want to fight. If I'm John, I'm just gonna start throwing a bunch of punches at this dude. He start running, I'm gonna run literally right after. No, come back here. Where you running off to? Look, this dude is literally running around the ring, bro. Yeah, the Manny fight, man. Manny is still fighting. Earl Spence Jr. is not fighting. Say what? I know you're getting tired. You're like, this guy's just running all around the place. Man, Rigondeaux was born. He should lose this fight just from running around the ring all day. If you give him this fight because he didn't take no punishment, he ran around, John is going to get ripped off of a title. Because he came to fight tonight. It's too bad that he got a guy that's not willing to fight, that's literally running around the ring like a coward. That boy came to fight tonight. What the hell are you doing, Rigondeaux? You said you was going to finally box tonight. Looked like that was all talk. Come on, man. CASIMERO, knock this fool out. Man, knock this runner out the ring. Show him something, sir. Knock him out the ring. Send him back to Cuba. Send his bum back to Cuba. Round 5. This guy literally running all around the ring. Look, all he doing, here you go. What, you jogging? Look, this dude is literally jogging around the ring, dog. What are you doing? Oh, man, he tried to do a little dance with it. He get on this bicycle and just start running. All right, who what's that? Rigondeaux Quarter? Only way he's going to get to hit John is when he runs around the ring, tires the guy out. That's it. The object of boxing is to go out there and destroy your opponent. Miss me with all that running around the ring nonsense. Round 5, 1 minute to go. What up, Victor? Rigondeaux actually going to the crowd like he doing something. You're not doing nothing to win nobody over, dog. Casimero caught him with a right hand. When he starts running, that's when he gets hit. Don't run. Take that ass whooping. Don't run. Where you going? Rigondeaux only get his punches from running. He do one punch in, then start running. This guy is literally. You got the crowd booing. He getting all his punches in by running. He'll punch somebody, then run. Punch, run. And he may win this fight just by doing that. You're going to have to change your scorecard of boxing a little bit. Stop avoiding these guys from running around the ring so much. Undefeated. He looked like he got knocked out already. Look at one of his eyes. You see that? He like, you see that dude's eyes? He's like this. I never seen him fight. He's a bantamweight. This is a different weight division. John is the champion, representing for the Philippines. He got the title for the bantamweight, but he gonna lose it tonight because a guy spent the whole round running. And whenever he actually gets a punch in, he runs. You get a punch in, why won't you just go for the kill, dog? Look at this dude. He's literally running all around the ring in full circle. And he's known as being a great defensive fighter. A lot of these guys that you call great defensive fighters, they can't stand there in the pocket and be great defensive fighters. They got to run around the ring. But you guys still say that's great defense. It's not that hard to be running around the ring, man. This guy probably tired just looking at him. Be like, man, I'm tired of just looking at you because you ain't doing no punches. You just running around the ring. Well, what the hell did I sign up for? You should have stayed retired at 40, dog. And I was pulling for Rigondeaux because he said he was going to finally box. You know. Yeah, that's right. Go chase him. Yeah, he is. He's known as one of the greatest defensive boxers. He just boring me to death, you know, so that's why. He made a promise to us. He said that he was going to fight and not run and do all this other stuff. You know, trust, right? Yeah. So all talk. Right. I don't watch NASCAR, Tay. That's one sport I don't do. NASCAR hockey, I don't do. 1 minute to go. 50-something seconds. This is going to go 12 rounds. Because all he's going to do is run. He ain't going to get knocked out. He's going to run around the ring for 12 hours. Not 12 hours, 12 rounds, sorry. But if this boxing fight was like a 2-hour limit, this guy will survive because all he do was run around the ring for 2 hours. Casimero said, "The hell with this. I'm trying to rough this guy up. I'm trying to give him some of that work." I got a couple dudes I like in baseball. Oh, he should have lose a point for that. He threw a punch after the round was over.
He did that in the second round. That's the second third round.
Right.
He did that again. That's not the second. That's not the first one. He did it.
Man, Rigondeaux trying to be dirty over here. Dirty is playing the game. I like to bury Bonds, you know, before all the steroid stuff. Before he was accused of using steroids, Barry Bonds was still a Hall of Famer, still a future Hall of Famer. The steroids put him over the top though, because he started hitting them home runs out the gate. Derek Jeter, nah, I don't rock with them Yankees, man. Yo, if I'm John, I'm about to F up RIGONDEAUX. This guy throw a punch at me after the bell is over with. I'm going to chase this guy like there ain't no tomorrow. I don't give a crap. I'll be right now. I'll be, He run away. I'm going to catch that dude. Take this nigga. What the hell you running away from me for? You going to take this ass whooping. You ain't running. Oh, he had it tied at the midway point. 57-57. He didn't get hit. That's why. See, that's the problem with boxing. Is hit and not get hit. So the less you get hit, even if you're running around the ring, it helps you out because you're not getting hit. Huh? Yo, Olympic boxing. I'm glad we brought this up. Olympic boxing was more fun than this. Remember the Olympic boxing we was watching? They were wailing.
They don't do that.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Pro boxing fights are kind of boring compared to regular Olympic boxing because they was wailing on each other in Olympic boxing.
They don't do defense.
Yeah, yeah, they was just beating the hell out of each other in Olympic boxing. This is just like, look, he getting tired. He's like, what is this? Fight already. That's right. That's what. That's let him know. Let him know. That's right. You running around the ring for it. You trying to bicycle? John said, yo, what is this, man? What are you doing? That's right. Rush him. Rush him. Rush him. Cut those legs off. I hate these boxers that all they want to do is run around the ring. Don't want to do no damn punches. They just want to run. Man, get this old 40-year-old bum out the ring, man. Get this dude out of here. He literally running away from punches and everything. The most entertaining part of this fight is a guy challenging another guy to actually fight, to actually be a man and fight. Even the fans getting frustrated and booing. Hey, that missed punch by RIGONDEAUX was something though. He do got some defense, but he keep moving. That's why his defense is just moving. That's all it is. They're jeering at each other, talking shit, and he just missed that punch. Oh, missed this punch. So you're gonna sit there and let a guy punch himself out, and then you just knock him out? That's remind me of the episode of Everybody Hates Chris, when Chris was just running around the ring and letting the guy get tired, punch himself out, and then he'll end up knocking his own self out because he's so tired. But this is sad, bro. He said we hope to see a lot of action. RIGONDEAUX don't want no action. That's the problem. I'm sorry, man. I don't mind defensive fighters, but you got to mix it up a little bit. Give me some punches in there, man. Throw some punches. See, I'm a Mike Tyson guy. So I'm used to people getting knocked the hell out. There you go. All he doing is just running. Rigondeaux actually think he really outboxing this guy just because he making him miss some punches. You're not connecting on no punches though. All you do is doing all defense with no action. Knock this fool out, man. This guy on his bicycle running. He doing a 100-meter sprint. Look at this guy run. You see how quick this guy is just running around the ring? He's 40 years old and all he doing is jogging. Yeah, because he's running around. And when he finally throw a punch, he just starts running. Punch, run. Yeah. It's a cheat code, a cheating tactic to how to win a boxing fight. You could throw a jab or two in there and then just run all around the ring because you're winning on a scorecard. Everybody calling for Rigondeaux to throw a punch, and he won't even do it. Hearing boos again. You had a boos in this fight? Sad, man. It's sad. Huh? He most likely going to win by doing that. Because when he finally lands a punch, he can land a punch, then just run. It still counts as a point. So it's a way to say, hey, if I throw a punch at this guy and it connects, then I could run all around the ring for the rest of the remaining time. I still got a point.
Keeps Rigondeaux a little bit more in place and at least give him an opportunity to land something. But he didn't really double with that punch and didn't keep where he wanted to. The kid landed a body shot. The bell in round 9 and sits down. Really isn't much to do in the way of play-by-play. Just give us your assessment of what you're seeing.
Look at Jai. He want to box. Come on, John. I mean, not John. Come on, Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux out here doing this cowardly performance. Wow. That's right. Chase him. Literally just chasing this guy around the ring. That's all they're doing. Wow. If you're watching this fight Rigondeaux spent 9 rounds running. A jab here and there, and that's it. Man, he's 40 years old. He still can run. What's up? Oh, you got stuck together? And one is smaller. Oh, yeah. I don't know what that is. Yeah. No, you trying to eat one? 25 seconds left. Oh, you do have one. What flavor is that?
Raspberry.
Mm.
There's only 3 left. This and then that's orange.
Mm.
The important part there was he used the jab as a rangefinder. Then he landed the right, and then he got a left-handed. And later on in the round, in what might have been a round that CASIMERO you could make a strong case for him winning, he goes to the body with the right hand. And no counterpunch. Well, there's Rigondeaux letting his own counterpunch to the body, so he didn't counter there, but CASIMERO with the pressure.
Man, Rigondeaux. Everybody's still booing. You hear that? Bantamweight championship on the line. CASIMERO exploded for a couple punches. It's crazy, man. CASIMERO's up by 1 point, as he should. Rigondeaux should be penalized for running all around the ring like that. All he got to do is win his next 2 rounds. He could beat Rigondeaux. Man, Rigondeaux's literally running all around the ring, dog. This is crazy. Man. Oh. Uh-oh. He caught John with a little punch because John was running after him. That's what happens. You got to find a way to stop him from running because the running is a good tactic to winning a lot of boxing fights. This is how Floyd Mayweather wins a lot of his boxing fights. You know, stick and move. That's basically what it is. No, it's a very boring style of boxing, but it gets the job done. It is boring, but it is stick and move. It's 100% allowed.
CASIMERO trying to make some things happen. Going downstairs, he's slamming down. Came with a left-hand foul on it, and the action is split, so you can pick up these spots and see where something happens.
That's a weak hit by Rigondeaux. It was on the back of the head. So that punch by Rigondeaux was on the back of the head after a miss by John. So far, they just sizing each other up, not throwing much punches. $95-95, tied score with the 10th round, and there's only a minute to go. So far, no punches are being thrown. They're just sizing each other up. The crowd is booing. The crowd is just flat out booing. A minute to go in the 11th round. Uh-oh, John trying to throw some punches in there. Whoa, what is that? Rigondeaux giving John in headlocks. Not even boxing. What are you trying to do, dog? Rigondeaux getting booed again because he's running around the ring. But here's the problem with Rigondeaux. If John misses a punch, he still doesn't even throw a punch back. Fine, you got defense. You make a guy miss the punch, but you have to counter punch. Just don't sit there and do nothing. Punch back. Why aren't you punching back? crazy, man.
Focus ka lang. Focus ka lang.
What's that mean?
Just focus. Stay
Focus?
focused. Stay focused.
There you go.
Just run, just run, just run.
Just run, man. You be good. This is the last round. And the crowd is booing. They're not even appreciating this fight. Oh, good punch by RIGONDEAUX, though. RIGONDEAUX with 1 point. Because he connected with that straight flush. Then he gets back on his bicycle. Here's the problem with RIGONDEAUX. He makes you miss a punch, then he doesn't still throw a punch. Come on, man. Defense to offense. Whoa.
Do they depend on the sport?
Yeah, a lot. 3 referees. I mean, 3 judges. I like to see John lose just because he was running around the ring all day. I mean, not John, RIGONDEAUX. What is this RIGONDEAUX doing? He talking and not connecting with nothing. RIGONDEAUX celebrating and being happy, but he didn't do nothing. Let's see how the judges score this. If they give this fight to RIGONDEAUX, this will be the problem with boxing. Just because you have defense, you shouldn't win a fight if you're not supplying the offense neither. RIGONDEAUX didn't really have no offense. He had defense, but no offense. So if a guy misses a punch and you don't counter punch that back, I'm not giving you a point for that.
His boxing wasn't too marketable, and that was the reason why in his last 2-3 fights he chose to stay in the pocket. And fought great fights, exciting fights. And people, I think, that's the one of the major reasons why they were looking forward to this fight, based on the last two performances that RIGONDEAUX had. Well, early in that last round, there were moments where RIGONDEAUX started things out by landing. He paused with the jab, lands a beautiful straight left hand, and as we pointed out at the time, that was.
See, he don't continue his offense enough. He'll throw one punch and that's it.
Doing what he has done all evening, chasing RIGONDEAUX, trying to land the left hook, which to no avail. He did finally get a combination in, though.
Chasing RIGONDEAUX all over the ring.
He starts out with the left hand, he pauses with the jab, and gets the hook.
We're about to find out who wins. These guys don't even look like they've been in a boxing fight. They just look like they hung out in a restaurant or something. There was nobody got hit. Nobody don't know punches. Who, RIGONDEAUX? Yeah, that's the score. He threw 13% of his jabs, 29% power. I don't know. Let's see. We got to wait for the judge's scorecard. Okay, good. He got 47. So he should still win this fight. Don't make this no tie. John should win this fight because he was the one willing to press the action. That's because he was missing punches. Don't mean he was losing this fight because RIGONDEAUX wasn't doing nothing much on offense. Winning a boxing fight on all defense is not a win for me. You got to throw some punches. Yep. You know, and these judges, they award some of these guys for missing punches. Or, oh, he didn't take no punch, so let's give him a point. We got a split decision. All right. John wins. He deserves that win. He won by split decision. It shouldn't have been a split decision. RIGONDEAUX should have been disqualified for all the cheating tactics he was doing. Exactly. You heard what they just said? They awarded him for being the aggressor. Okay? The aggressor. You shouldn't win a boxing fight if all you do is defense and there's no offense to back it up. You got to have both. RIGONDEAUX could have won this fight if he had defense, and when the guy missed a punch, he thrown a punch to get him. But he didn't do that. He let the guy miss the punch, then he started running around the ring. But boxing needs to fix his rules. Boxing needs the judges fights a little better.
I'm excited because RIGONDEAUX is a good boxer and two-time Olympians. Two-time Olympic gold medalists. So I'm worried because they said no run. Because okay, no run. But if you run, you play your own minutes.
He was running in the first round, my man. He was on his bicycle in the first round. He was the reason why the boxing fans was booing this fight.
Very frustrating. Very frustrating.
I'm surprised because I'm respect I know RIGONDEAUX is
RIGONDEAUX.
Olympic fighter on this round.
That's how I pronounce it too. It's because the X is how we pronounce it.
RIGONDEAUX?
Yeah, this the RIGONDEAUX.
Oh.
RIGONDEAUX. You pronounce
We
it.
all pronounce stuff so differently. Isn't that amazing? We always look at words and pronounce them differently.
RIGONDEAUX is because it has an X.
Mm.
It's RIGONDEAUX. You pronounce it RIGONDEAUX. What?
Right.
Yeah, that's it. You only connected in this fight on 47 punches. Okay, that can be a bad round for you sometimes, let alone an entire fight. Why were you unable to cut off the ring and connect?
My expectation is knockout. Because I want knockout. Then all my fans he want knockout. But I will do my best to knock him out. But RIGONDEAUX is always running. I'm
That's what he was doing. Running.
RIGONDEAUX is always running. No fighting.
He's only 31 years old. So
Mm.
Done there. What was
He's 32, but RIGONDEAUX is 40.
it's 31. It's 1990.
Oh.
Donaire. Next.
What? What is that?
wonderful? Okay, congratulations. Guillermo.
I guess he cursing somebody out.
Do you feel that you won this fight, and if so, why?
Claro que sí, es que yo soy la frustración de todos los pesos chiquitos. Por eso mismo no quieren pelear conmigo.
Nobody wants to fight with me because that's my game plan. I'm frustrated of boxers.
The game plan has to be throw some punches. He threw 44 punches in this fight. Connected on 44.
Yeah, and the whole fight, he threw only 44 punches.
Suficiente, lo necesario para ganar bien convincente.
That's the necessary amount of punches that I needed to win this fight.
What? Just 44 you can do that.
That can be effective.
Yeah, 12 rounds. He spent half of the time running.
It's a tremendous
His problem was when the guy missed the punch, he didn't punch back. He lets you miss a punch and he just runs. You know, even if you hit him, he runs. And if he actually hits you with a punch,
Maybe
You
he
don't-
counted that. You know what? He was like, I'm just going to throw 44 punches. Full 12 rounds, that's it.
he though, even when he hits you, he connects with you, right? But it's only one time. He will hit you one time throughout half a whole round and just run. That's it. So you take one punch from him, you know he's not going to hit you again or nothing like that. Because usually when you punch somebody and they show effects, you're like, oh, I rock his head back. I'm going to keep hitting him. I'm about to knock him out. You got to follow it up with a combo.
Maybe that's his plan. Just throw 44 punches. That's
Yeah, so
what he said. He just only needed 44 punch to finish the.
And that's the only one I know.
You're 40 years old. What's next?
Tiene 40 años, ¿qué es lo próximo?
Déjame ver que estoy mejor que todos los pesos chiquitos.
Well, you see that I'm still better than the other in the small weight, so I'm still going to continue.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. All right.
he still say he's the best. RIGONDEAUX just said he's better than everybody.
Take a look at the official scores.
Hmm.
We bring in our unofficial scores.
So one judge gave it to RIGONDEAUX. The other judges gave it to John. Let's see if it's a close fight.
Daniel Sandler, who also scored for CASIMERO by 116, 112, game CASIMERO rounds 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So it was that kind of fight. You see so many of the rounds either way. As you take a look at
Wow.
the unofficial card,
If I'm RIGONDEAUX, I'm upset with the result of this fight. All the defense in the world don't mean nothing if you can't punch back. You can't have all. It's the same thing with basketball. You know how many guys have all defense in basketball, but they can't score, so they can't win. The other end of the floor counts too. You can't score your way to a championship, and you can't play defense all day to your way to a championship. You got to have both. You can't just be all defense and no offense. Because if that one person scored 1 point on you, that's it. You got to be able to score too. The fans felt like this fight was trash, and they were right.
He didn't bring it. I mean, he moved moved. Casimero could have cut the ring off better, could have engaged, but I mean, Rigondeaux unapologetic about his style and went back to the old Rigondeaux. And I'm sorry, he's gonna have to change if he even wants another title shot or another big fight, because that is not crowd pleasing at all. You saw how the judges scored this fight.
You see, he gonna have to actually box. He gonna have to actually have fight. There's nothing wrong with having some defense, but you gotta be able to have some offense too. You gotta balance both of them out. I don't think he ever gonna get another title shot. He keep fighting like this.
The victor and the oldest man to win the bantamweight title. Now we also caught some great audio in the corner of this fight, and we call it trainer tracks. Keep going side to side, okay? Side to side is good. But every now and then you gotta fade it. Make it hook, then you gotta counter. It's all jab in the head, straight in the body. He's tired, he's weak now. You got to stand the run of the ring into it.
So that's the end of that fight. That fight is over. Rigondeaux left us with empty promises. He said he was going to fight. He tricked us. His last two fights were entertaining because he was actually throwing punches. This fight against John, he didn't want no smoke. He didn't throw no punches. And this is the problem with some boxing fights. We get hyped up for these big fights or just fights that we want to see in general. And these guys don't want to box. You usually have one boxer that wants to engage and the other boxer wants no problem, wants no smoke. He don't want to engage. That's the problem. The undercard was actually better than this fight. But what else is popping in the world of sports? October is going to be a big fight. I believe it's Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. Round three. That's going to be a good fight. What a do, Z. Rigondeaux did his Mayweather impersonation. Another boring fight, but he actually lost. He literally, unlike Mayweather usually do a defensive move and then punch you back. And if he sees that you're on the ropes, he will continue to punch you. Rigondeaux don't do nothing. This guy offense is absolutely nowhere to be found. This is why you lose a fight. You can't be all defense in the boxing fight. You got to do some of them blows. You got to knock down some of them punches. Yeah, Tyson Fury, man, he a problem. That's an undertaker. He may beat Deontay Wilder again. Deontay Wilder is real wild on his punches, so it may be easy to knock him out and beat him. And Tyson Fury is a bad matchup for Deontay Wilder. You think Manny would have beat Earl Spence? I don't know. I think we're never going to know. But Earl Spence said he want the winner of this Manny Pacquiao fight. But Earl Spence he could be damaged goods. I don't care what nobody say. If you get a injury to the eye and you're a professional boxer, you are a walking target. All the other boxers are going to keep hitting you right here, right here, right here. So what happens if he gets hit in that same eye that he had surgically repaired in a fight? He's going to get hurt. He's going to lose the fight. He may lose sight in one eye. He's a walking target. The minute you start sustaining injuries in boxing, and especially if it's around the face area, the ears, the eyes, it's a wrap. Look what happened to Kell Brook. He fought Triple G. Triple G busted his eardrum open, right? Everybody that fought Kell Brook after that, all they did was keep tapping that eardrum. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Oh, we know you injured in that air drum. That's all. Bomb, bomb, bomb. That's it. Oh, the Lopez Lomachenko fight would be great. That'd be great. I'd like to see that again. I'd like to see that. Now that's a fight worth watching. But I'm glad that John won and beat RIGONDEAUX. Okay? I'm not. I won't be watching that one. I won't be watching that one, man. You know, Jake Paul really trying to be a professional boxer. So I give him props for that. You know, if it wasn't on pay-per-view, I would have watched it, but I'm not paying money for that. All right, that's how you mean. I don't think Canelo would take that fight. Even though Canelo is kind of a candy picker, I don't think he'd take that fight. I hope he don't. I don't want to see Canelo take that fight because it'd be a waste. Canelo will win, but it'd be a waste of a fight. You know? This was a boxing live stream, so I didn't let the normal guys in that, I wouldn't say let, but yeah, I know the mood is different when we start talking boxing a little bit. Yes, it was bad for boxing, but Earl Spence's career is perhaps over. When I say over, I mean over. Okay? He could come back to boxing and beat a bunch of cream puffs. But if he fights elite fighters that know what they're doing, they're going to aim at that left eye. The eye is one of the most delicate parts of the body. Okay? It can't sustain too much physical injuries. All right? I don't care if he gets surgery on that eye. The next time somebody punch him in that eye, he's going to feel it. There will be effects. His eyes may never be the same again. You know, John didn't even respect RIGONDEAUX in this fight. Zach, if you get Showtime, give this fight a watch and see how much RIGONDEAUX was running around the ring. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's always going to be a problem for him now because he's always going to get injured in that eye area. What you do with that? How you solve that? There's almost no way to solve that, right? Because you're always going to have conflict. I don't know. Canelo doesn't have a fight lined up yet. But when he does, I'll be here to talk about that fight. So, yeah, man. They're showing the encore of Jake Paul's fight right here. You know, the build-up, behind-the-scenes stuff. You know, but RIGONDEAUX just gave boxing another black eye. If this was a pay-per-view fight, people would be wanting their money back. So I keep saying you can't be having these fights when guys don't actually fight. You gotta fight, man. You just gonna leave the fans empty-handed like that? You ain't gonna do nothing? You ain't gonna fight? You know, he just ran around the ring. He's actually worse than Floyd Mayweather. Floyd does throw punches. He lets you miss and he throw a punch back. Floyd got some fights when he actually knocked people out. So he has been punching people, you know. But Rigondeaux is even more worse than Floyd. Yeah, I feel sorry for him. No, Jake Paul not fighting tonight, bro. It's like next, probably like 2 weeks from now. It's August 26th, right? Yeah, August 28th, my bad. Yeah, he better try to get his money back. That's an $80 bill that you got to pay for. I was going to order the fight. The same day I was going to order the fight is the same day Earl Spence got hurt. So, due to graces, I didn't get caught out there. I was like seconds away to ordering the Manny Pacquiao fight. Then I got the news feed. Boom. Earl Spence Jr. is hurt. No $80 for me. Yeah, they ain't giving no refunds. You better watch that fight. You're gonna have to watch that substitute fighter fight Manny Pacquiao. You know? Now this makes the fight almost like non-existent because it's just a Manny Pacquiao fight now. Now it's not an Earl Spence versus Manny fight. It's just a Manny fight. You don't even know the other guy who's fighting Manny. You just say, "Oh, you gonna watch the Manny Pacquiao fight?" You know, that's it. Before it was Spence and Manny Pacquiao. The substitute is some guy that I don't even know about too much. I mean, you could look him up. I think his name is like URAS, something like that. I mean, it's not even, I don't even know the guy really. Look like they just pulled the guy off the street and say, "Hey, fight Manny Pacquiao. We need somebody to fight Manny Pacquiao in 2 weeks." Let's pull anybody off the street. Yeah, that'd be good. I love to see a rematch. I love to see a Manny and Floyd rematch. You know? But that's not going to happen. Floyd ain't going to take no rematch. And if they do take a rematch, Floyd ain't going to fight the way that you want. It's going to be another fight that a lot of people didn't like. It's going to be a boring fight. Floyd's going to make the fight boring because he don't want to engage. All he want to do is throw jabs and win off points. He's not even throwing knockout punches. He's just jabbing, you know? That's it. But a difference between him and Rigondeaux, at least he punches back. Rigondeaux don't punch at all. That's just embarrassing, man. It's just bad for boxing. But, man, before we head up out of here, anybody got anything to talk about sport-wise? Anything new in the world of sports? Oh, Russell Westbrook and LeBron was in the gym together today. Once again, LeBron is trolling people. Dog, just work out with Russell Westbrook. You don't have to make a big spectacle out of it. You know? Rigondeaux lost. Rightfully so, because he didn't do nothing tonight. He threw about 47 punches or 44 punches throughout the whole fight. That may be true. That may be true. I mean, but then again, how impressive is that? They're supposed to win. You pulling off that cheat code, you're supposed to win. The only way the Lakers make news if they don't win. The Lakers are only fascinating if they don't win. Because if they win, people suspect them to win. Same thing with the Brooklyn Nets. I don't want to keep leaving the Brooklyn Nets out. They're under the same scrutiny too. You know, because you got some people over here that say, oh, all you do is talk about LeBron. You know, you hate on LeBron. You know, everybody thinks you're hating on LeBron, but Brooklyn Nets got a super team too. It's just the fact that we don't talk about the Brooklyn Nets as much as LeBron because the KD and them boys aren't media hounds like LeBron is. LeBron wants to make a spectacle out of everything that he does. He can't even do a normal workout without making a spectacle out of it. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just telling the truth. He's an attention seeker. So he'll post something on social media to have all of us talking about him. So when we talk about him, it's because he does that. Look at the last video I made. Everything he does is to get you guys talking. You know, he may be the best at that. No, LeBron is the one guy in your classroom that can't take people not talking about him. He always wants to be the center of attention. Have you guys ever ran into somebody that's always wants to be the center of attention? Yeah, man, no question, man. But Bron probably would have it recorded because he likes attention. He's just an attention seeker, man. He can't do nothing without, if he does something and you guys don't talk about it, he gets pissed off. He likes attention. He could get into a car. He want everybody to see, hey, I'm LeBron James getting into a car. Talk about me. Some guys are attention seekers. Floyd Mayweather is the same way. Floyd wants the attention to all be on him. You can't even have an interview with Floyd Mayweather. If another boxer's there, Floyd has to jump in front of the other boxer and talk because he's an attention seeker. Some guys are natural attention seekers. They just want all your attention. You know? Everything LeBron does, he wants you to talk about. So he gets what he wants. Watches people talking about him. Floyd is definitely the LeBron of boxing. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. They both take easy ways to win. They both want more respect than they actually deserve because they're always fishing for respect. But then the flip side to that, they say they don't care about it. But they're constantly talking about it and looking for your respect because they're seeking for attention. If you want respect from the people, LeBron, win championships without making a super team. Floyd Mayweather, if you want respect from people, fight people toe-to-toe and beat them in a convincing way so there won't be no doubt. And that's all we're asking for. It's not that hard. Can you win the championship, LeBron, without making super teams consistently? Can you do a three-peat without a super team? Why is it, oh, this guy should go to the Lakers? Anybody with LeBron, we always talking about other players coming to play with him. Oh, man, imagine Dame Dollar, LeBron, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, all on the same team. Why is that? Why can't we just talk about you being great without stacking the deck? Yeah, he does. And I like Floyd Mayweather, but he does that a lot. Floyd has a cheating advantage like Canelo has. Canelo gets to pick his opponents. Of course, he's going to pick guys that he could beat, you know? But if it's mandatory, that's what boxing needs to change. Because if you make it mandatory, Floyd has to face the best boxers, not the boxers that he want to pick because he know he can win. Canelo will have to face the best boxers, not boxers that he know he could beat. You know, it's a cheat code. And I don't blame him to a certain extent, But at the same time, if I'm going to go around calling myself the GOAT, I would want to actually beat people to prove that I'm the GOAT. Now, if I say quotes like, I don't care about legacy, I just want money, then I wouldn't mind you telling me that I'm not the GOAT, because that's not my goal. My goal anyway. My goal was just to make money. Like Floyd Mayweather, you said F legacy. So why are you walking around calling yourself TBE? Which one do you want? You want us to call you the best businessman in boxing, and we do. You say you're a legalized bank robber. You rich, you got all this money. We give you credit for being a smart businessman, but we will not give you credit for being a GOAT because you haven't been competitive enough to do that. You can't have every title. It's the same with LeBron. Floyd and LeBron are almost the same. They have so much in common. Like, LeBron is the best off the court. LeBron may be the best businessman in NBA history. There is no businessman like LeBron James. He knows how to promote himself. He knows how to take advantage of the power of a franchise. He knows how to do a lot of things that a lot of players can't do. LeBron James is a walking advertisement. The man made $1 billion before he could even retire. He's the best businessman in NBA history. But on the court, actually playing, he is not the best because he never proved that. You know? Yeah. And LeBron could do something like that. They're just money makers. You know? They're best businessmen. They're not the best in their sport. That's the difference. Can't have it both ways. You know? Nah, I don't think so. I think LeBron is miles ahead of Jordan in business. Off the court, business, just in general, I think LeBron James blows Jordan out the window. LeBron knows what to say to get people talking about him. You know, he's just a great businessman. He's very savvy when it comes to business. He knows what he's doing. He knows if he says certain thing in social media, everybody gonna be talking about it. You know, he's a biggest troll of himself. He's the best at making narratives. Nobody does a narrative like LeBron James. He could go to the media and spin a whole narrative and have his whole cult and whole fanboys believing in anything that he says because he's good. Businessman. LeBron James, he could sell water to a whale, like Jay-Z said. That's the difference between Jay-Z and Nas. Nas is the better rapper, better legacy. But he is not the better businessman. Jay-Z is the better businessman. Jay-Z got Nas on business. He's more smarter. He knows how to make more money. He knows what to do. He could run a whole company. Nas is not business savvy. He's just an artist. Nas is a true artist when it just comes to rap music. But the business side, he don't know how to run that. He don't know how to do none of that type of stuff. You know? Yeah, I think LeBron will come an NBA owner. He has the brains to do it. He's a very smart individual because he knows when to change the narrative and move it around. You know? LeBron is great at changing the narrative. He's always been great at that. All LeBron has to do is go on TV and be like, I never heard of a super team. Never exist. And his fanboys would eat that up. And they'd be sitting there saying, LeBron never had a super team. Some of them probably already thinking that now. As crazy as it may sound, some of them may be thinking that right now. Because it's all built around changing the narrative so it can make all these guys, Floyd, LeBron, even Jay-Z. You know, you could throw them all in the same category. You know, Jay-Z's a little more talented than Floyd and LeBron James in his craft. I give him that, you know. In each of their crafts, you know, Jay-Z's a better rapper and better performer than Floyd is as a boxer or LeBron James is as a basketball player. No. But they're all almost in the same category. If you ask me, Jay-Z, LeBron, and Floyd Mayweather on the business side are almost the same. Then you will have the second group, which is the GOATs that's actually in their profession. The Jordans, Muhammad Ali's. See how the level of respect is different for those guys? Nas. So Nas, Muhammad Ali, and Michael Jordan, they're in that same lane. But LeBron is in that other lane. That's how I look at it. If I could compare those two different paths. Okay, Tom Brady and Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods is definitely more respected for his profession. Tom Brady, I don't know. Tom Brady got a lot of doubters. I don't know if you want to call them haters, but he got a lot of doubters. But arguably, Tom Brady is one of the greatest winners of all time in football. The man is just a winner. Okay? There's no 3-6 for Tom Brady. Tom Brady didn't lose 6 Super Bowls. Okay? Tom Brady was getting those. Tom Brady got those Super Bowls, bro. That man know how to win. I mean, that man, yeah, he got 7 rings, bro. This man got 7 championships. He's just a winner. It's not like he got 7 losses. He got 7 wins. It's a big difference when you're actually winning. But yeah, man, now you know why I criticize certain guys. The LeBron James, Floyd Mayweathers, Jay-Z, they're never going to get the respect that they're looking for. But they shouldn't be, because you never asked for it. You never wanted to get that type of respect. All you cared about was money. All Jay-Z ever really cared about was making money. Driving flashy cars, having the best jewelry, being in Hollywood parties. Nas was the opposite. Nas wanted to be the best artist. Nas always wanted to perfect his profession. Ice Cube is a pretty good businessman too. Yep. That's the difference. That's the difference between those guys. Floyd never going to get the respect that he wants. He's never going to be called the GOAT. People are always going to be calling you the things that you always hear: a runner. Legacy is tainted. LeBron James' legacy will always be tainted. I don't care what fanboy you got. On the strength alone that he's not highly accepted by everybody, his legacy is going to be tainted, No, Jay's from Brooklyn, man. He's from Marcy Project. Harlem is actually more closer to Queensbridge than Marcy, Brooklyn is. A lot of cats from the bridge, we go to Harlem. But those guys never going to get the respect that they want, because they want the respect and the fame and money to go. You can't have them all. One of them going to have to give up. Yeah, he does act like a Harlem dude, because he don't act like a Brooklyn guy. Brooklyn guys are usually more grimy, more close to the street, more bang bang, shoot 'em up. I'll rob you, Brooklyn style. But Jay-Z's more of a flashy Harlem player, right? With the big coat, the fur, the mink. That's Jay-Z. That's Floyd Mayweather. That's LeBron James. But that's not Kobe Bryant. That's not Michael Jordan. That's not Nas. Those guys get more respect than that other group. It's for obvious reasons. Why does Manny get more respect than Floyd Mayweather? Why people like Manny Pacquiao more than Floyd Mayweather? It's the way he conducts himself. He don't care about flash and money. He just want to be the best in the boxing ring. So he cares about his legacy more than a paycheck. Floyd cares about the paycheck more than his legacy. But then he turns around and says, I'm the best, I'm the GOAT. You can't have it both ways. If you wanted to be that, then why have you picked this gimmick, this persona, this image that all you care about is money? You know? Same with Drake. Yeah, Drake is a moneymaker. You know? But you can't get mad at people if they judge you the way you wanted to be judged. Perception is everything. Perception is everything. People see LeBron basically tampering with other players. You're tampering. You're meeting with Russell Westbrook. You're meeting with all these guys to try to get them to sign to your team. That's part of your image. That's part of your legacy. Part of your legacy is making big three super teams. That would never change. That will always be a criticism and a knock on your career. That's the truth. Go down the list. What's the biggest knock on Michael Jordan's career? What's the biggest negative standpoint to Michael Jordan's career? Oh, he's an asshole. He's too much. He's a bully. Okay, that's his negative attribute that's gonna stay with him for the rest of his career. Michael Jordan will forever be known as a guy that pushed people to the limit. But to me, that's a good thing. That's better than picking super teams. I'd rather have that legacy, being an a-hole and being a tough guy, than being known as a guy that's forming super teams. Yeah. Oh yeah, the gambling. Yeah. Yeah. Just keep it a buck. When you think of negativity on Jordan, it's those reasons. Gambler, over competitive, but Jordan get knocked for being too competitive. Isn't that crazy? In a sport that's built around being competitive. You know, he pushes people too hard. I'd rather have a guy pushing me hard than a guy telling me oh man, what you should do is just team up with a bunch of people, man. You know, do the easy way. It's not me. You know, I didn't make LeBron form super teams. He left the Cleveland Cavaliers and formed the super team. Changed the whole NBA around with this player movement nonsense. You know, you guys want to sit there and say the Celtics are super team. The Lakers are super team. But those guys were drafted. None of those guys were pulling players from other teams. You know, Larry Bird wasn't telling the GM of the Celtics, go and get Robert Parrish from the 76ers. Kevin McHale wasn't from the New York Knicks. These guys were drafted. Yeah, of course he started that super team. He started that super team player movement nonsense. How is that not cheating? Think about it real quick. Just think about it. Put your thinking cap on. If you're one of the best players in the game and you take other players from other teams that's already established, that's won MVPs, won scoring titles, was franchise players of their own team, and they get together to be on one team, you don't look at that as a cheat code? That's a flaw in the system. That's a cheat code. Guys being drafted on one team and they develop, that's no cheat code. That's just your problem because you couldn't beat a team that was developing. Well, how come your players didn't develop better then? It's not your fault. One guy spent hours in the gym taking 100 free throws and 100 3-point shots, and the other guy went off to partying and having a fun time. You can have all the talent in the world, but if it don't meet hard work and determination, it goes nowhere. A lot of guys in the NBA have wasted talent because they don't work on their game. They rather go to the club. They rather go and chase chicken heads. They rather go and hang out with rap artists. So don't get mad at the guy that says, hey, man, I don't want to live that life you're doing. I don't want to be doing drugs, drinking, partying with women. I'm an NBA player. I want to perfect my game. I want to be the best NBA player I could be. You go and do all of that stuff, and your career ends in 9 to 10 years. And I can still be the best player in the world because I'm working on my craft. I'm working on my left-hand shot. I'm working on my ability to shoot free throws. I'm working on my ability to shoot threes. Michael Jordan wasn't a perfect basketball player. He turned his weaknesses into his strengths. Yo, Mike, you couldn't dribble. He spent hours in the gym working on his dribble. Yo, Mike, you can't shoot. He worked hours on working on his jump shot. Mike, you can't do a layup with your left hand. You can't finish with your left hand. Michael Jordan became one of the best finishers with his left hand. That's how much he was pushed. He took everything you said about him and worked on it. That's greatness to me because that's a guy that's willing to be great. I'm not saying LeBron is not willing to be great, but LeBron spends more money on his body than on his basketball skills. That's the difference. Because if LeBron was really wanting to work on his basketball skills, why in 20 seasons now, your free throw game is still weak? How come your jump shot is still suspect? It's not up to par. It didn't develop. You never developed your offensive skill set. It never got better. Your game was just made on athletic ability. I got LeBron in top 10 now, man. I bumped him down. I had him in the top 5 until he formed this last super team. That was my drum. That was my final stick, my final nail in the coffin. Because I wasn't say giving him passes, but I was willing to say, hey, okay, if you form no more super teams and you go the rest of your career winning, I could keep you in the top 5. But the minute he formed this super team again, that was it. That was a nail in the coffin for me. I said, okay, I'm done. I'm done. That was it for me. You change your opinion once new evidence comes. That's like you could support somebody. And what if you find out that person that you're supporting is a person that's been, touching kids or underage kids or whatever? You're going to change your opinion on that person, right? Because new evidence was brought to the table. Look at that guy on YouTube that everybody loved, the big time Eagles fan, like EDP, whatever his name was. They find out that he was a guy that's looking for underage kids. That changes your opinion on a guy. I will never look at you the same way no more. So the things you do, you get held responsible for. A man is responsible for his actions. A man is responsible for his own actions. Remember that. Well, if they don't win without a super team, that's a different story. But in this case, he's going to have to win with that super team, most likely. So, let me ask you this something, Zach. How can I rate that? How can I rate him as a basketball player if he keeps making super teams? What am I supposed to be impressed by? That you can win with a lot of good players from other teams? He put my back against the wall. I have nothing. I have no way to really rate this guy because it's not impressive. It's the same way with Kevin Durant. All you're doing is proving that you can win with a lot of good players. I'm supposed to rate that? Kobe now is in my top 5 because he was in my 6 through 10. So I bumped LeBron down and moved Kobe up. But LeBron is no longer in my top 5. He's a top 10 player all time for me. I got to treat him the same way I treat Bill Russell. You're one with too much talent. I can't respect that too much. I can't do it. I'm sorry. You're not proving to me that you're really great as you want to, as people trying to say you are, because you can't win without a super team. Your biggest championship that I respect is the 2020. You see how much, remember when they won that championship in 2020? How happy I was? I was giving him a lot of respect. I made a lot of videos giving LeBron his props. Right? Fair, right? But this one, this is the last, this is it. And, you know, I had enough. You know, yeah, he kept disappointing me too much to a point like, you can't keep giving this guy a pass. You guys say he's the best player in basketball. Then all of a sudden you sit there and say you make excuses for him how he played against Phoenix Suns. You make excuses for him. They had opportunities to win that series, the games. The role players did their part. They trunked the game down to 10 points. LeBron, it's your turn to take us home. He didn't do it. There's too many red flags on that resume. I'm sorry. I'm done. He's going to stay a top 10 player for me. I can't put him in the top 5 anymore. I'm done. No. It's the same with Floyd Mayweather. You're ruining your legacy by fighting all these YouTubers and all this other people. The things you do, that's what people are going to last remember you for. Sometimes you as good as your last fight. You as good as your last game. And people that don't know about Floyd Mayweather, the biggest thing they know about your legacy is you was facing YouTubers. That's what the next generation is going to know you for. Oh, that's that guy that's fighting people on YouTube. You know? Sometimes you got to know when to fall back. No, look at Michael Jordan. He could have came back and played another season with the Washington Wizards, but he said the hell with that. You know? Because there was articles from analysts that was saying, could Michael Jordan ruin his legacy if he continues to play as an old man? Because that'd be the last time that you see him playing. You know, you may not remember Michael Jordan from the Bulls. The only thing you're going to remember is Michael Jordan from the Washington Wizards if you're from a different generation. You know? So, now Michael Jordan would have been judged completely different if he came back to basketball in his 40s and y'all say he was the best player in basketball. But when Michael Jordan was playing on the Wizards, he wasn't a top 5 player in the game. All right? He wasn't even a top 10 player, really. He wasn't called the best player in the world. He was just a guy that people was like, hey, there's the legendary Michael Jordan. You just got a couple moments of what Jordan used to do. You know, some moments like, oh, he hit a game-winning shot. Remember he hit those game-winning shots as a Washington Wizard. He do the pump fist. You know, it was just nostalgia. That's all it was of what Jordan used to do every now and then. You know, well, what he used to do on a daily basis, but now every now and then when he was a Washington Wizard. But he got judged accordingly. Michael Jordan got judged accordingly as an old guy on the Washington Wizards, out of his prime, no business playing basketball, but able to still give you 20 points a game. And he was coming off the bench for his last season. You know? Will LeBron James be willing to come off the bench late in his career? His ego is too much to do that. Michael Jordan came off the bench as a Washington Wizard in his last season because all he cared about was trying to help the Washington Wizards win. He didn't care about status. He didn't care about being called the GOAT. Jordan was the hell with all of that GOAT nonsense. I just want to win. LeBron James is more concerned with image and gimmick. That's the difference. LeBron James wants attention from the media more than basketball credibility. That's the difference. But nevertheless, I'm out. I hope I dropped some jewels on y'all, man. So when y'all watch this later, y'all be like, yo, that cat P know what he talking about. That's why some people don't want to come in here and debate me, because they know I would, in the words of Jadakiss, I light their ass up. Because them niggas that you used to go to school with, they'll catch you in your new whip and turn your brains into cool whip. On them cats you run around getting A with, ain't gonna do nothing but carry your casket. Had to ask Kiss why I spoke so much. And how my young niggas seem to know so much. LOX. Hop out the Lex with yellow checks. Woo-hoo. Y'all don't know what y'all know about Jadakiss. Burner under the polo. A lot of y'all's homos. Funny style niggas never got down with me. The type to sit down and pee. I run in your house. Oh yeah, Jadakiss is nasty with it, bro. Jadakiss is nasty with it. And don't hit me on my phone. I live on the road. Jadakiss was the man. All for the love of drug dealing, man. Bulletproof designer shirts. What? Listen to that Jadakiss song, man. In this game, these chickens trying to run us. They know they can't touch us. I flow luscious. I make ha-ha slap the whip. Well, come on, man. Y'all can't mess with Jada. And I'm camera shy. Why? Because the picture's worth 1,000 words. And y'all heard? Y'all get what y'all deserve. Y'all do the catering while we just get served. And you got a lot of nerve for P. Asian, Jason. Do you have any idea who you facing? Just something about my shit. Too hot, I spit it out. Burning my mouth, that's why I spit it out. It must be. Yo, listen to that song, man. Now it's in my head. Jada. Man, we had a little rap crew back in the day. My man Sonny Black. I forgot who James was. He was a cat from the BX. But it was the three of us. You know, I think we used to go under the rap name The Untouchables or like the Black Mafia. You know, a bunch of hood cats, man, from all different boroughs. Bronx, Queens, and Brooklyn. We wanted to do like something different, like a three-man group, but each guy is representing for a different borough. That's what we wanted to do. Know what I'm saying? But hey, y'all know where to find me. Any debate, any smoke, I'm willing to talk about it. You know, you got to do your homework before you come up on here and want to debate. A lot of people not really ready for that smoke. Yeah, the Bronx started hip hop, but Queensbridge, we was right with them, right behind them. That's why we had that battle with them. But nevertheless, man, I'm out of here, man. Prince Sports out. Peace.